All right. And good afternoon, good evening to everybody out there. I'm Tom, W5KUB, and this show is all about ham radio. I noticed there's a couple people in the chat room are a little confused tonight with our pre-show. I think this may be the first time they're here. They don't know what's going on. You know, we're hearing music in the background and all kinds of junk going on. So we just have a little fun pre-show. The show starts at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So welcome if this is your first time. We're glad to have you. And for all of you out there that are tuned in tonight, we would love for you to hit the subscribe button. We really need you to hit the subscribe button on the channel because that helps us rate our show, and it helps YouTube to advertise it to others out there. So please do that. We didn't have a 40-meter net tonight. The band has been so bad the last few weeks, I just didn't feel like doing it tonight, so we just didn't do it. And I'm still looking for a volunteer. If anybody out there would like to call a net, I would love to have you as a member of our team and maybe call a net on Tuesday night, and that would also free me up to do some of the things pre-show here. Good show tonight. We're going to talk about the Huntsville. Huntsville, one of the friendliest Hamfest in the world's coming up here in just a couple weeks. We're going to talk about that. We got some shack pictures. Some of you guys sent in shack pictures tonight. Katie is going to go through those, I think. We've got some reviews on some neat little voltage or little multimeters that are in a pin. I got that. Let's see, what else we got going? Just a lot of things. No telling what else we might pick up on. Also, next week is going to be a special show next Tuesday. We're going to do the presentation for the Young Ham of the Year, the first part of the show. For you guys that follow us to Huntsville, you always see us do the Young Ham of the Year live in Huntsville, and that's where it's normally presented. But because of the pandemic, most of the people that do the Young Ham of the Year have decided not to travel down here this year. So we're going to do a live Young Ham of the Year presentation on this show next Tuesday night. And the winner of that is Faitana Lee, KD3Z. And we're going to have a lot of great guests on. Bob Heil from Heil Sound, Don Wilbanks, Rich Mollison, Yazoo, Radio Waves. Everybody's going to be with us. So it should be a good Tuesday night next week to tune in. Let's jump around the room here and see what we got going here. It looks like to me the first person up is going to be Mark. So let's just say hello, Mark. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Hello, Tom, and everybody. It's an exciting time. We're just a few weeks away from the Huntsville Hamfest, and we're very excited down here. And I know you're coming over with Kathy, and Glenn will be there. I'm still working Katie and Dwayne. I hope you guys can make it. And Alan, it's going to be a great show this year. I'll have more later. Back to you, Tom.
All right, thanks so much there. Oh, how about Katie and Dwayne? Come on in here, guys. Are you awake tonight?
No, not awake at all.
No.
Well,
we're here. No, we're just kidding. Good
all
to
right.
see you, Tom, and hi, everyone from Wyoming, where it's still very smoky, and we are all still feeling the effects of all the wildfires out west.
And sorry, Mark, we're not going to make it to Huntsville.
Yeah, we just couldn't figure it out, but
yeah, we couldn't get the logistics to fall right for our for travel and all those things. But
I understand.
I will be over in
It's a long
Huntland.
way.
I will be over in Huntland this fall, I think.
you could go visit.
So next time I'm down there, we have to stay over there in your neck of the woods, but because Huntland doesn't have any place to stay at. But next time I'm down there, I'll give you a shout before we get there.
Absolutely, please do.
all right. Glenn Popeil, come in here, man. Congratulations. I hear your new book's out.
Yeah, I just got the email on that this morning. It is officially out, and it made it out in time for Huntsville, so that could be very interesting and fun.
Oh, that's great. Are you going to do any kind of book signing or anything down in Huntsville?
I don't know if they're bringing books or not. They generally don't bring the bookstore down to Huntsville, but they may this year just because. So I haven't heard anything, but I'll be there, and if they bring books, I'll sign them.
Well, that sounds good, and maybe somebody can pick that book up and talk to you about some projects for your next book.
Sounds good to me.
All right, how about it, Alan? Alan, how you doing, Alan?
Hello. Good to see everybody. Been absent a couple of weeks. Work's been getting a little nuts. I'm normally under normal conditions out on the road 4 or 5 days a week for work, and started to get back to that. But also still doing a lot of the virtual stuff. So it's been kind of working 2 jobs almost. So the last 2 weeks have just been kind of nuts with being out on the road and then trying to get caught up with everything by the time I get back home at night. So anyway, glad to make it in tonight. Congratulations, Glenn. I got the email from the ARL this morning with the book as well, so glad to see that. And but yeah, anyway, good to be here, and looking forward to the show tonight.
All right, well, great. Thanks, Alan. And let's see. It seems like I'm forgetting something tonight. I don't know. The show usually comes together pretty good toward the end. We'll try to open up the Zoom a little later in the show tonight, and that'll let everybody out there that wants to join the show live, you can on Zoom. And we'll also open up the phone lines to allow you to call in if you're too shy to call in on Zoom. And for those that don't like to use the phone and Zoom, we'll open the fax lines. That was a joke. Okay. Hey, let's jump down. Let's get back out here to Mark Brown, the chairman of the Huntsville Hamfest, and let's talk Hamfest. I can't wait. Mark, I want to leave tomorrow and come on down.
We're excited, Tom, but we still have a lot to do to get ready. We're still getting the last minute lists of the vendor names for the badges, the visitors, the media. Nailing all that stuff down. We kind of have a timeline from 2 years ago and further back, but that 1 year off, it caused us to forget a lot of the little details, and we really don't have a playbook. It's not that we're making it up as we go. It's just we have to remind ourselves that, hey, we got to get this done in a couple of weeks, and we're getting there. We had a meeting with the Von Braun Center last Friday afternoon to go over the detailed floor plan. And Tom, I think you saw the July 31 floor plan out on the website with some last minute modifications. But that's where we tell them where the carpet goes, where the curtains go, all that good stuff, and lots of organizations, lots of vendors. It's gonna be very similar in size from the number of dealers. I think it's 52 right now. And the number of flea markets, we're pushing 390 or give or take flea market tables. Very similar in size to 2019, but it's in quantity, but it's vastly spread out. That drawing, there is a scale that shows the distance, but between some of those narrow flea market aisles is actually 12 feet. And that whole area is over 140,000 square feet. So everything is spread out, and we do that to keep everybody safe. The Von Braun Center is going to be putting up hand sanitizing stations and their social distancing signage. But we're very excited that we're going to host a safe event.
Well, that's great, and man. I'm not kidding you. Every year I want to come down a little bit earlier, just to enjoy the Huntsville Hamfest experience. Maybe to see who comes early. I think every year I've noticed a few people coming in there early, and we have a good time. We meet up and talk.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many people have emailed asking for if there's any last minute rooms at the embassy. And it's just incredible. I wish we could double the size of that hotel because we would fill it for this event. It's such a popular venue, and then the Homewood Suites and the other suites there within walking distance of the Von Braun Center. I see Jim Spikes, N4KH, our flea market chairman, is in the chat room, and he's mentioning that. We always get a little bit of turnover at the last minute, so he mentions that there's a couple of additional flea market tables available. Normally we have a wait list, And so he must have cleared that list and got a few more tables available for folks. So, like I say, a lot of vendors. And I got an email from Bob Indervitson and some other folks at headquarters today. We're going to have 21 ARRL representatives here in Huntsville.
Oh, wow.
Everyone from David Minster, the new president. I think this is going to be his first in-person event. And then Rick Roderick and his wife Holly. He's the CEO. I might have those backwards, but David and Rick will be here. Delta Division Director Dave Norris, of course, Southeastern Division Director Mickey Baker, and a host of section managers, one as far away as Puerto Rico. I don't think we've ever had a section manager from Puerto Rico here in Huntsville, but this year we will. And of course, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, several other sections, and assistant section managers, public information coordinators for different states. I've heard too, we might even get an Alabama state senator pass through the crowd either Friday or sometime Saturday to see the event and the economic impact it does on the city. So we're very excited. We're going to have quite a big show. It's unfortunate, you mentioned that the Young Ham of the Year, the governing body, the committee that chose the Young Ham, they chose to do a virtual presentation this year. But we're fortunate that Lee, Faith Hannah, and her family will be here in person for they're actually vending. They're a commercial vendor, Shack in the Box, and one of our door prizes is a significant Shack in the Box solar 600 watt hour solar system that we're gonna do on Sunday, I think Sunday afternoon. So we'll see. You can come to Huntsville. You can meet the Young Ham of the Year in person. She'll be there with her family, and so that's very good. DX card checking, we got that going on Saturday and Sunday. The Youth Lounge, it's for a dozen years now. Dr. Monty Bateman has been doing an incredible job with his wife. It's up in the top, kind of toward the right, the Youth Lounge up there. Also up there, and a first time this year, Flex is going to be demonstrating remote ham radio. That's not really on the map, but Flex is helping with the Youth Lounge this year, and they're going to be setting up 3 remote ham radio connected out to Flex 6000 series radios with real antennas. And that's not really for youth, of course, it's for adults. And so we're excited to offer that. Let's see. Joe Eisenberg is doing a forum on Saturday, but he's also helping us with a new adult soldering class on Sunday morning. And we'll be I can't remember the name of the kit. I think it's some kind of an energy harvesting device where it takes this product was developed for kind of a third world type country where you take dead batteries and through a charge pump circuitry generate enough voltage to fire an LED, and it's just enough to read a book by. And so basically it's an energy harvesting system for a dead battery to read by. And so that's the kit that they'll be building on Sunday morning. I think there's going to be at least 2 sessions. Speaking of sessions, we got a couple of exam sessions on Saturday and Sunday, and so they're predicted to be pretty crowded. We've expanded that space too. That's out in the what we call the pre-function hallway. You don't need to buy a ticket to the Huntsville Hamfest to come to the exam session because it's outside the paid admission area. It's kind of on the lower left corner there in your picture, Tom. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. We're doing pre-sales on the tickets. It's going very well. I think we're just somewhere around 1,000 tickets already sold for the event, and so we're excited to streamline that entry on Saturday, where it seems like everybody wants to get into that flea market at 9:01 a.m. And so we're excited to help meet that demand.
Hey, Mark.
And it's just going to be great. Did somebody have a question?
Yeah, actually, you were talking about that dead battery flashlight. Is that called the Humana light? Is that the one that they're building?
Yes, Alan, I think it is.
Okay, yeah, I did a video on that describing the circuit and how it works. I'll put the link to that in the chat room.
Oh, very cool. Thank you.
Well, that's an
yeah.
interesting subject because energy harvesting, I'm kind of starting to look into that too for some of our Pico balloon flights, where we can try to harvest some energy as we're flying at nighttime, or even during the daytime. Okay. Well, Mark, hey, we're excited, man, and I've got the map up again here, the floor plan, and let me just put a plug in for us. If everybody's looking at this, now you've moved the entry door down. If you see my mouse here, you moved the entry door down further from where it used to be. So everybody's going to have to come down that hallway and go in.
Well, depending on what door you come in, it
Well,
could
I
be
guess
closer,
so.
Tom,
Well, I
for the
guess that's
underground
true.
Garage or the other lots. And the other thing too, we're working with the city of Huntsville to make sure that the adjacent parking lots are open and ready for the crowd. In 2019, we had an issue. There was a governor's conference on tourism in the North Hall of the Von Braun Center complex.
Yeah.
And they took the precaution of not opening that parking lot for the governor's conference. It created some problems for us, but we hope to have that resolved this year and keep fingers crossed, smooth sailing. Back to you, Tom.
Well, there were some other questions about, are you running any kind of buses or anything? Some of these hotels are within walking distance, aren't they?
There's at least 3 hotels within walking distance. One of them is actually connected.
That's
The
this
Embassy
one.
Suites, there's a second-story walkway, a covered walkway that goes between the Embassy Suites and the Von Braun Center South Hall. And then back behind it is Homewood Suites, which is, that's where the DX banquet is held. And that's a 5-minute walk, really. And then there's another hotel, and I can't remember the name of it.
It says
but,
Hotel by
it's
Marriott.
It's another Suites. The AC Marriott. That's a new property. That's sort of high end. I'm sure people are staying there.
Yeah.
But, their rates are a little higher than the norm.
Okay, but it's just walking across the street. I mean, it's not far.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I guess we've got another one down the Spring Hill. Now the Spring Hill, I guess, is in walking distance probably.
Actually, it is, Tom. It's about a 10-minute walk. I'm mentioning to folks that email to our info@hamfest.org email address that by the time they exit that parking garage, drive a couple of thousand feet and park in another parking garage, they're probably better off just walking. So
Yeah.
it's probably a 10-minute walk, maybe 12.
All right. Well, so just again, you guys, everybody that's coming, come by and see us. We're right inside the door, down at the bottom left here. When you come through the door, right next to the stage there will be just to the, I guess if you're facing the stage, you'll be to the right of the stage. And the ARL's just right across the entryway from us there. And then you got all your new vendors out here, and you got your flea market area all out here, and it's really nice. It's really clean, cool, and nice. This is just a really nice thing. Hey, here's if you want to check us out, just go to hamfest.org, and you will be able to see what's going on down at Huntsville. And also, don't forget to check out our page, w5kub.com, and you can click up at the top menu for prizes for Huntsville 2021, and you'll see the prizes we're going to be giving out on our webcast to you guys out there. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Well, Mark, are you going to be able to come back to us again before then, or are you just tied up every Tuesday night now between now and
Tuesday? Next Tuesday is the North Alabama DX Club meeting, and I've got a prior commitment there, and so I won't be available. The following Tuesday It's going to be, I think we're stuffing envelopes for vendor badges and prize tickets and all that kind of stuff. So this will be the last chance, Tom, to be on your show here. You mentioned a great all-star lineup of folks next Tuesday. I'm sorry I can't make it, but I wish you guys good luck, and we'll see you very shortly, about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, and we will continue to mention it each week between now and then, and hopefully we can get the word out and get some people to get out and enjoy ham radio again.
Absolutely. We are celebrating the return of in-person Hamfests. And that's what we're trying to do here, and we want to do it fun, and we want to do it safely. So we'll see you in Huntsville in about 2.5 weeks. Thanks, Tom.
All right, and just one final thing. How old is this Hamfest? We're in the 50s, aren't we? 1950.
Yeah, I think Dayton has us by 1 year. I don't have the ad in front of me. I keep it written down so I don't have to remember.
Yeah.
It's 57th or 67th year.
Yeah.
It's been going on.
All right. Well, Mark, thanks so much, man, for coming on here and talking to us about it tonight. And we will see you down here in a couple weeks. Kathy and I are heading that way.
Thank you, everyone. I'll stick around for a little bit. I've got a call at the bottom of the hour, so I'll stick around for a few.
Okay. Well, very good. All right. Well, hey.
Early.
Go ahead, Glenn.
I'm going over early Friday because I'm going to stop there at the Space Center there and take a tour on the way coming in, and then check into the hotel. I did get the last room at the Embassy Suites.
Yeah, we'll be going down. I think we'll go down Thursday.
Yeah.
I might even pull out of here and go down Wednesday.
Oh, I'd love to, except I'm starting my new job, so I
heard.
show up at work.
I heard that.
You know how that
I heard that, man. Well, hey, I asked them for time off, man.
I did. That was part of my sign-up deal.
Oh boy. You were playing it kind of dangerous. You were playing it kind of dangerous there, weren't you?
Seriously, man, it's like I need these time off for Huntsville, or we can forget the deal. And they're like, go.
All right, man.
Hey, that's normal thing. So when you start a new job, people have a life before you start a new job. So
I started a new job and was on the board of directors, and I told them, I said, doesn't matter what we're doing in January, I got to bail for a week. And okay,
Yeah. And basically, I'm going back to the company I worked for 18 years. So it's essentially, different.
So they know you. Yeah.
They know me.
Yeah.
They know how crazy you are, too.
And they still hired me.
Right. All right. Let's not use.
All right. I'll tell you what let's do. Let's look at some shack pictures. Katie, you want to do some shack pictures? You and Dwayne?
Yeah, Dwayne, you want to do some shack pictures?
Dwayne can help you out there if you get stumped on them.
Let me blow up this monitor and.
She's blowing up the monitor.
Hold on 1 second.
I see Hyde in the room, WX4 HYD. Hyde, I'll be seeing you next month, or the next month. We will be down at the Eastern Tennessee Hamfest. It's the new Hamfest. It's going to be in Sevierville. We'll be there September 25th. All right. Let's see.
Here we go. We'll start with Tom.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to start with me.
Well, so apparently Tom put a post on Facebook today looking for some shack pictures, and when he mentioned that, I took a quick perusal. I did see a couple of repeats in there, so I'm not going to do those today. But Michael, I believe, is new. K for MJF, and I almost said MFJ, but it's MJF, and he's running the 991 YSUFT there, and the LDG YT 1200 auto tuner using the Pro 7 headset by Heil.
And you know what? He looks serious there operating.
He does. He's working somebody.
Very serious.
He's also got his 1200 megahertz radio out there, punching buttons on it too.
Yeah. Oh gosh. And outside he's using a Chameleon MCOM 2 60-foot end-fed antenna. Very good. Thanks for sharing, Michael. AM4MJF. And then let's see who's now. Now I like this. Here's Bruce. I'm not sure if Bruce gave us his call sign, but he said his wife gave him a little corner of the living room. And he's not kidding. So he's really got a little corner of the living room with a long wire out to a tree. And he says Econo radio. So What do we got? We got a little Bofang there.
Well, that's all it takes to get started. Just a little corner right there.
Absolutely, and he's listening. He's got a Grundig up here for.
That Grundig's a pretty good receiver,
Those are
actually.
super nice. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So good way to get started, Bruce. Thanks for sharing it. As long as you got a spot to sit and listen or get on the air, that's all that matters. Now, John K4YTZ, we've shown some pictures from John before, but this time it looks like he's showing his club station. So I'll just pull up a couple photos here. So this is the York County Amateur Radio Society in South Carolina. At Station 1, they've got a Yaesu FT 991A. And then Station 2 is the FTDX 3000 with the ALS 600 amp. And at Station 3, they're running the Flex 6400. Oh, and there's 4 station with an ICOM 7300. So they have that space available for their members to come in, to test, bring their own equipment. They've got a couple of 40-foot towers, and they've got a storm damaged 2-element 40 meter. So I assume that'll be replaced along the way. They're also using a Diamond X700 UHF, VHF on Tower 1, and then they've got the TH7DX Tri-Bander on Tower 2. So they've got a lot of stuff going on there. It looks like a nice setup for a club to be able to go hang out.
I see they're using linear power supplies, too. None of that switching stuff.
Yeah.
I like that Geocron clock up there, too.
Yeah, those are super cool.
I've got one here. I just haven't set it up.
Here's another shot from their another station. So this is Station 3, I think he said. Yeah. So they've moved things around a little bit, but that's really handy the way they've got everything set up. So you can have folks come in and operate. I mean, I think that's what a lot of us dream of doing when we have clubs, is to be able to have a place that's already set up and ready. Or people can bring some things in, so it works out really nice. And that looks like, here's the outside view.
Oh.
Really nice. You even got the moon in there. Pretty cool. All right.
Where's the moon? I don't see the moon.
It was over here, Tom, between right there and the antenna. See my
Is the
mouse?
moon or a dirty lens?
Well, that's true. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Because that's just much more, exciting. And they have a meeting area as well. All right, Brian, Whiskey 9, Charlie, Oscar, Mike. Let's see what he's got going on in here. He's got a nice corner station with the ICOM 7300 and also running an ICOM 9700. And he's got some antennas outside. He's got the Diamond X510 and the 5B TV ground mount.
Looks like those deer took a little too much RF on the top shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking there, and he said he's got a 50 amp Astron rack mounted power supply. He needs to get a bigger power supply. I don't know if he can run a 9300 on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously some nice speakers. Having 3 monitors is really helpful. We've got 2 at most stations, but sometimes having that third one's really handy. We're going to actually bring down a large monitor here into our shack and set it up on a wall somewhere. We have to make some space for it, but
yeah, we're going to get a bigger monitor. Run 2 smalls and a big.
Yeah. All right, Ryan is one of our regulars, KC0QNB. Ryan sent in a picture of his shack. He's got the ICOM 7300 also with a lava lamp, which of course
I was going to say, lava lamp, man. I don't want to miss that.
Oh gosh. And he's using the DX Lab suite for his DX logging. So I know a lot of people use that and really like it a lot. He says he's got a 30 amp Astron under the table, and he's using 150 feet of ABR's 2213 out to a Diamond W8010 loaded dipole. And I tell you, I spent a lot of time with the guys from ABR when I was working for HRO and the shows, and they've got some really nice coax, I tell you.
And he said the lava lamp works.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Tim is an SWL, so maybe Tim's listening to the show tonight.
Hey, I love SWL, and you know what? This our group was started for shortwave listeners and ham, so
Right.
I don't want to leave out shortwave listeners. That's how we all got started.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
Tim sent in pictures of his shack, and he's, obviously, he's got a variety of things going on down there, but he likes to use the web SDR mostly from his cell phone or a desktop computer. He says his main radio is an old DX440 from Radio Shack, and he's got a homebrew preamp and tuner, and then he's got some scanners and broadband antennas. Looks really nice and a lot cleaner than anybody else's.
Yeah.
Here's another shot of what he's got going on down there. So looks like also his workroom. Those look like a lot of woodworking tools down there. Is that I can't think what they're called, but looks like a lot of stuff my dad used to have in his workshop. So and let's see what else we got. And there is there's the old DX4. Oh yeah, realistic. That's the old Radio Shack. Sure. Cool beans. Well, thanks, Tim, and we're glad you're listening. And if you are, make sure you pop on Facebook again and let us know you heard this. Of course, that'll be on Thursday. So Mark is DX here. He's Victor Echo 2, Mike Bravo Tango. And that is a gorgeous photo, first of all. It almost looks like it's CG, doesn't it?
Got enough monitors there.
Yeah, that looks great. So he's running the Flex 6500, the ICOM 7610, TS 480, KX2, and the Expert 2K amplifier, IC 120A. He's got an FTM 400, FTM 7250, the FTM 3200, and a TM 790A. Very nice. And then down here is super cool. He says right beside the desk is a Fusion repeater with analog link. That is some impressive equipment there, Mark.
So I wonder how he keeps it looking so clean and neat.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never seen a set of cans that good looking unless they were just out of the box.
Well, they're inside. And that's a
They're
nice,
almost
neat
always
shack.
inside.
I know, but obviously his shack doesn't look like ours. And let's see, Ray, Kilo 4, Fox Zulu Ocean. Well, he's got a nice layout in there too. He's got the whole room to himself. It looks like he's running the ICOM 7700. There's that beast right back here, and the Alpha 9500. He's using the Palstar Auto Tuner, which is a really nice piece of equipment. And for antennas, he's using Alpha Delta DXCC and a homebrew doublet, which he likes. So nice setup, good color in there. Again, another clean shack. What else we got to hide in here, guys, that you didn't tell us about? I see
some green gear.
I see a handheld.
Got that green Heathkit stuff, or is that an Oyezu?
Oh, this one here, not sure.
What is that, guys? You think that's is that an SB220?
Might be.
Yeah.
Oh, down below that looks like maybe, is that a Kenwood FT520? Not there, next to that.
Let's go over.
Yeah, this one here.
It's a Kenwood. Kenwood could be the 850 too.
Like
Remember, that was popular too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nice assortment of equipment in there. And I would venture a guess that K4FZO is not his original call, because he's got another license plate up on the wall with KJ4C, or maybe a family member, but that's kind of cool. Alrighty, thanks, Ray. And let's see, we got a couple more here. There's Brent, Kilo 9, Bravo, Alpha Zulu. Oh, okay, that's a good one with the pretty kitty in there. Lambeau, the radio cat. Glenn, what do you think? She could be a show kitty, too.
I'm going to say that she's probably pretty good on CW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those little white mittens.
Looks like that's her key.
Yeah, so Brent's he's running the ICOM 7300. Once again, we see that as a very popular radio with so many folks that watch the show and just hams in general. It's continuing to be a very popular and well-loved radio. Along with that, he's using the LDG AT200 Pro and the Pro 2 Auto Tuner. And he's got a double bazooka broadband dipoles out on 40 and 20.
And he's got an MFK clock up there, I think. That's one of those dual.
That's a double clock.
Yeah.
Local and UTC.
Yeah, those are super cool.
Yeah.
So nice, neat shack. And of course, a pretty kitty. So that always gets extra points in my book. And all right, last but not least is Marvin. He is November 9 Radio Delta X-Ray. And wow, that's a cool shack too.
I like that. I like the color.
Yeah, nice the walls there. Kenwood TS2000, Ameritron AL 80B amplifier, and a Cushcraft R6000 vertical antenna. So
And
Can't
the
make
blue
fun of the
accent
wall.
lighting is cool.
yeah,
we can't make fun of that wallpaper because the year that we got fifth in the nation in CW sweepstakes, we were transmitting from a shack that had the OSB walls.
no, we had OSB tables too.
Yeah, and we also had a $10,000 radio up on 8 5-gallon buckets and a sheet of plywood.
So in other words, you guys were cheating.
No, we were new in our house and
Yeah.
hadn't built a shack yet, and so
Yeah, but you look at you were using expensive radio.
well, yeah, it wasn't even
It
ours.
wasn't
Chip,
ours.
Chip brought it with him,
Chip Martelli brought it with him.
and he and Ward Silver worked CW sweeps from the
I
house.
have an interesting story about that rig. Chip comes from Orange County in southern Los Angeles, down, as in populated areas. He got up there and he hooked his radio up to our 15-meter antenna, and it was about 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. He tunes around a little bit and he takes the antenna loose and he hooks it to the antenna analyzer. And then he puts it back on his radio and he tunes it around a little bit, and a string of curse words that make a sailor blush starts coming out of his mouth. And I said, "What's wrong, Chip?" And he goes, "The radio is broke. This expensive radio is broke." I said, "What?" And he goes, "I don't hear any noise at all." And I
Yeah.
said, "Chip, there is no noise. Why don't you tune down to about 20 meter and see?" He was absolutely amazed that we had a 0 noise level.
Yeah,
Well,
it was fun.
that's unheard of. So, wow.
Yeah, well, our closest neighbor was more than a half mile away.
Yeah.
If there's
Yeah.
any electrical noise, it was made by us.
Oh yeah.
But what was fun is, I think it was Ward after the fact maybe wrote up a story for one of the contest newsletters or something, and talked about the fact that these guys. He came in from Missouri, and Chip and Janet came in from California, of course, us in Wyoming, and we were new in the house. I also was just a couple months post 2 major surgeries within a short period of time, so I wasn't even sure if I was up to having everybody, but we decided to go for it anyway. And so we had I think it was actually like an old door, and then 5-gallon buckets, stacked upon each other, 2 or 3 high, to create our tables. And that was our shack. And in one short tower, or 30-foot tower, I think, with the tri-band on
48-foot tower.
Yeah, and that was it. And Ward said, it doesn't matter. We beat out $1 million stations. It's really, you could have the best station in the world, but if you don't have a good operator or just good conditions or what have you, so it doesn't matter how you pull it all together. You just sit down in front of the radio and make it happen.
Well, Katie, when I started in ham radio 50-something years ago, in the ARRL handbook, one of their tables they showed you to build was using, I think, an old door. And,
right.
And it worked great. I've got pictures.
It does. They're pretty. If you get a good wood door, make great tables.
Yeah, you take the doorknob off. You don't need the knob on there.
Oh yeah, I think
Or
we
put
took
the
it off.
doorknob to the back.
Yeah,
To the back of the thing.
and just ground to it, I guess.
Right.
That
Actually,
weekend,
Yeah.
All of the desks at Amazon are door desks,
Are they?
oh, okay.
Are they?
4x4 posts and door tops.
Is that right?
Oh.
Hey,
Yep.
why not? It's
Oh
cheap.
man,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That particular operation proved to me that great operators at a mediocre station will beat mediocre operators in a great station
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, well, hey, thanks for doing the shack pictures, Katie. Appreciate it. We didn't have too many things we didn't know what was out there. I didn't hear a lot of
that was
stuff
pretty
made up.
good.
Yeah. All right, hey, we'll be back in just a second, everybody. Just stand by with us. June kicked off hurricane season, and another rough wildfire season may be on the horizon. When natural disaster strikes, cellular towers and power grids can quickly become overloaded and down. Emergency comms need to be instant, reliable, and allow interoperation with other organizations and agencies. Amateur radio provides reliable emergency communications with the added security of system redundancy. In addition to our lineup of amateur D-Star digital HF and analog radios, our IC SAT 100 portable satellite radio and the IP 501HM LTE radios are an ideal solution for the additional coverage. ICOM's IC SAT 100 is the perfect handheld satellite radio for use outside of cellular or network range. By operating on Iridium's constellation of satellites, quickly and easily connect with other PTT devices, even from remote areas. The IP 501H and the IP 501M radios provide instant wide area coverage over LTE. By using an LTE network, you bypass the need for a pre-existing infrastructure, allowing nationwide coverage without the added cost of building and maintaining your own. Connect to all of these devices and more, even systems operating on different protocols, with the VE PG4 ROIP gateway. From land mobile and LTE radios to IP communications terminals and IP phone systems, they work together to form one seamless and uninterrupted network, ensuring your comms are received. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios.
LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. From QRP to QRO, fixed stations, portable and remote, an LDG tuner will match your radio to your antenna using our lightning-fast, proprietary tuning algorithms. LDG is a family-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing innovative, quality products to the amateur market. All LDG products carry a full 2-year warranty that is fully transferable. Support is only a phone call or email away. We're always here to help you. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
All right, and we are back. We're back, and boy, I've got something I want to show you here in a minute. I want to talk about this piece of test equipment I bought and forgot I ordered. You know, hey, I get stuff from China. I hate buying from China though. I get stuff in the mail all the time. It's little things that I've ordered, and I forget I order them. So it's kind of like Christmas. Every day when the mailman comes, you know, I go out there and get a box out of the mailbox, and it's something neat. So we'll talk about this just in a minute. While we're talking about Huntsville, let me remind everybody to be with us during our Huntsville Hamfest broadcast. And you can join us right here on our YouTube channel, W5KUB on YouTube. But if you go to our website, which is let's see, I don't even know if I've got it up here. Let me bring it up. If you go to our website, just key in W5KUB.com, and that'll bring up our website. And up at the top menu here, you can click on prizes, and you will see what kind of prizes we'll be giving away. And here's the Huntsville 2021 prize. You can click here, and you're going to see a lot of things here. We've got radio sport, headsets, books. Ballons. Hey, this is the best ballon I think in the world. Ballon that you can get. CQ magazines. DV Mega's got a new product out. Get you a desk wedge or signs. Handy talkies. Hats. You can get you a hat there with W5KUB on it if you want it. Ham Radio Deluxe. Hio Sound's giving us some products to give away. Cantronics has given us away really 3 nice Cantronics devices, and they're all about $450 each. They're not little things either. QSL cards, dual clocks, antenna switches, dummy loads, headsets, SWR meters. All kinds of things. There's and Alan has talked about this on the show before, the tiny spectrum analyzer. SDR play. This is a really nice SDR receiver. Somebody's going to win that. Tektips, again, with their Signal Link USB. Everybody wants this. The LMR 400 cable. Everybody wants this.
That's because it's good stuff.
Everybody
man.
wants this. But, I want to tell you something. I'm on a bunch of ham radio groups. And it's kind of fun to watch some of these new groups where people are just got their license, and everybody on there is giving suggestions and information on how to do things, and they're all brand new, But the biggest thing I see on there, somebody may say, I need recommendations on coax cable. Now, they don't say what is it UHF, VHF, HF, how long to run? They don't say anything. It says, I need recommendations on coax. And the very first thing that is said is, you need to buy LMR 400. You got to get LMR 400. And I don't know. It's just, that's burned into the mind of all these new people that that's what you need if you're going to operate a ham station and do it right, which we know is not really true. Also, simple things like people just starting out in electronics. I need a suggestion on a voltmeter that won't break the bank. Well, the first thing that's put out there is the fluke. You got to get you a fluke. Well, I want to tell you, you can get a $7 Harbor Freight meter if you're starting out in electronics, and it'll do you good for a lot of years until you graduate to the point that you might want a fluke. And I'm going to show you something in a minute. This is a $12 meter, and I'm going to compare it with a fluke here in just a minute, and show you how a $12 meter compares to a fluke. So while I was talking about prizes, again, let me mention the prize that Bob has sent us. We're going to set aside this one prize for everybody out there that might help us with the expense of the trip. Bob Heil has signed the box. This is his thin microphone from the Deco series, and it is a cool microphone. We're going to give this away to one of our sponsors that helps support us. If you donate $5, for every $5 donation you make to help with our expenses, we're going to put your name in a hat for this. And look at this thing. It comes in its own carrying case. This thing comes in its own carrying case. It's the Fin mic from Heil. It's a cool microphone. That would make somebody's shack look really, really good. So you can donate on that if you just go to w5kub.com, and I'll put that site back up. Go to our site, w5kub.com, and up here at the top, just click on Donate. Just click on Donate right there if you want to help cover the cost of the trip. Now, we don't go down to the Hamfest to sell things, or we don't have a table with stuff that we're selling or trading. Our entire time there is spent broadcasting the Ham Fest for you guys to watch. So we're going to be working the whole time. We may even put something on one night, kind of a impromptu webcast one night, maybe from the lobby of the hotel, and we'll have guests come in and sit with us, like Martin Jew and Gordon West and different people.
If you do it Friday, I'll be there.
Well, we might just do that. So anyway, so don't forget our site. Used to our show was kind of geared around w5kub.com, and we now have kind of moved it more to a YouTube marketing type thing, and now it's youtube.com/w5kub. So a lot of people forget about our website, but if you go to our website right here, you can find all that, and you can even click on video on our website. If you click on video right up here, where it says video and chat, that will take you to our YouTube channel. So you can always find us on w5kub.com. And the first item we mentioned here is the fundraiser item that we've got. We kind of explain it, how we're going to operate this. You don't have to be present to win. We'll pull your name. We'll pull your name, and you don't have to be present. If we pull your name, you're going to win it. You do need a U.S. address. That's the only thing we're looking for. We need you to have a U.S. address. So that's kind of it. Yes.
I got a comment about that Finn microphone. Katie and I just watched the Hunger Games series of movies, all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Again. And that microphone is featured many times throughout that series.
Is that right?
It's the one they used for the series. Yep.
Yeah, we were watching. We're like, hey.
There you go, guys. Well, there you go. If you watch the Hunger Games?
Yeah, the Hunger Game movies. Yeah.
Movie. There you go. There it is, right here. Autographed by Bob, and it's a cool mic. It's the Deco series. There you go.
Very cool.
There you go. All right.
John,
So
there's a question in the chat room here. Are
Yeah.
you going to be planning to walk around the flea market area with your camera this year?
yeah, we're going to try to do a better job of that. We're going to have bigger aisles this year. And as Mark was mentioning, now the aisles are almost 12 foot wide. On Saturday at Huntsville, the aisles used to be so packed we couldn't get our cart around with the camera and the tripod. We couldn't really get around through there. So we're taking the cart again today. Our mobile, when we go in a few weeks, we're taking our mobile cart with us, and we'll have a good solid wireless connection back from the cart back to our booth, and we'll be streaming live, and we'll let you interface with the vendors out there. Usually we have a little tablet or something, and you can ask the vendor that we're showing you real time, right there, questions, and they can communicate with you. So we'll try to do that. We got a lot of prizes. Every few minutes we're going to be giving out prizes. Now, everybody knows, and we'll explain how that works again. Handbot works a little different than they used to. Nowadays, when we issue a prize, we will announce it first and allow everybody time to hit the enter key or say hello or something, just so they can get in the chat room. But we'll explain that later. All right, so that's kind of where we are. We're coming up. I can't wait to go. You guys, I'm not kidding you. I'm gonna see if I can talk Kathy and going down maybe even another day early. And even it's just to kind of lay around in a hotel there in the air conditioning, and then every now and then just walk down and kind of peep in at the Hamfest area as they're building it. One year I got to know some of the guys in here. We snuck in as they were building it and putting up all the curtains and stuff, and they kind of did a little custom build for us, so it's kind of neat to be there when they're doing it. So yeah, we'll try to do some live, and also if there's anybody that's going to be there that wants to help out, we could use your help. And particularly, it is very easy now to take something like your iPhone or your Droid phone, walk around and get 15 minutes of video and bring it back, and we can easily just upload that video directly into the show right there and get your walk around. So it'll be so easy if you guys can help us with that. All right, well, before I get into the pen, what else is going on with you guys out there? Glenn, anything?
Not really, other than I'm getting ready for Huntsville, doing an all-new presentation. The book just came out today. I got that email and was jumping up and down the halls all day today.
Yeah. Someone said take the helmet cam. I've got the helmet cam in a trophy case here in the house. We started using that helmet cam about 15 years ago, so we actually have it in a case. I probably should take that and put it out on the table. I think that would look.
I remember seeing you there with that.
That would probably look good, And guys, speaking of the helmet cam, we used to wear a hard hat with the camera on it and carry a laptop around, and the problem was back then we had low bandwidth, And especially when the camera's on your head, you don't really know where you're aiming, and you're always turning your head, and everybody was always getting dizzy, and everything was blurry, and the bandwidth was really bad back then. So we kind of got away from the helmet cam. We've gone fixed cameras on tripods and stuff now, and it's much better. But I'm gonna take the helmet cam and we're gonna put it on the table there. That's about 18 years of history right there. All right. Okay, heck guys, let's
Actually, I got a little thing I can.
yeah, go ahead, Al.
Plugging, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah. Speaking of new books, again, congratulations, Glenn. Looks great. I also have another friend of mine who just had a book published as well. He's not a ham, but most of us hams have been involved with computers for a long time. So if you're like me and had a Commodore computer back in the day, might be familiar with the Commodore, everything from the VIC-20 and the Commodore 64 and the 128, things like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, my friend Bill Hurd, who is also active on Hackaday, if you're familiar with that website, worked at Commodore back in the 80s, and just came out with a book called Back into the Storm, a design engineer's story of Commodore computers in the 1980s. And if you know Bill, if you've ever seen any of his videos from Hackaday or whatever, you know he's a really great storyteller. So this should be a really fun book. So again, if just a little promotion for my friend Bill, I'll put a link to that book into the chat for everybody in case anybody's got some nostalgic interest in Commodore and what the company was like from the inside. It should be an interesting read.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. Look at that myself. I got a VIC-20 up in the attic.
There you go.
There we go, man. VIC-20.
Well, I remember way back in the day, Commodore was one of the first with some ham radio software, if I'm not mistaken.
I've got an Air One. Are you familiar with the Air One, Alan?
I am not.
It's a big card that plugs in the back of the VIC-20, and it does CW.
Oh, wow. Okay. I had the Commodore 64 when I was in college. I had a 9-inch black and white TV as the monitor. And I had, and this is back when like Compute Magazine would publish binary code for different programs, and you would hand poke in all these binary codes to put these programs together. I remember hand coding in a word processor and a terminal program. I had the 300 baud modem, plug-in cartridge for the back, and used that to get into the school's mainframe when I was a freshman and sophomore in college. So I go back with the 64. I didn't have the VIC-20, but I had the 64. So anyway, so like I said, it should be a fun read.
Don't forget the cassette player.
Yeah,
I had the cassette drive,
recorder.
and later on I got the disc drive, but I had the cassette drive. I had I think it was, I'm trying to remember who made the printer. Some Japanese company made the printer I had. It was a dot matrix printer whose descending characters were just raised up because it didn't do the descender. So like the J's and the Q's and the G's were all raised up a little bit. So it was all like on a single line. And it was a dot matrix printer that printed against like an aluminum platen. The thing was loud as anything when it printed. But that's the printer I had to go along with it.
Or the Gemini.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't Oki Data. I don't remember who it was, but yeah.
But that was the old 5x7 dot matrix.
Yeah. But the black and white 9-inch black and white television was my monitor. So, that was a fun machine, and did a lot of work with that. I remember I wrote a program, I think my sophomore year, because when I went to college, scheduling your classes was always a pain because you had all these classes you had to take, and each class met they had different selections. You could you either meet Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, or Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or whatever, and all these different times. You had to try to fit a schedule together with the classes you want and the days you wanted off, and all this kind of stuff was hours and hours. So I remember writing a program that you could punch all this information in. It would go through a binary search of every combination of all your classes, and then I had it sort all the results for those with Friday afternoons off or Monday mornings off, and put out a whole list of the schedules that I wanted to try to apply for, so that when I got it up to registration, I could just go through them pretty quickly. But yeah, that was a interesting stuff we did with those back then.
right. Let's see. Let me just make a quick shout out here to our listeners on shortwave. You're listening to Amateur Radio Roundtable. This is a show about ham radio. And you're listening out there on WBCQ, International Shortwave Station out of Monticello, Maine, on 7490. We'd love to hear from you. Send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. And we'd love to hear from you where you are, and we'll get you a QSL card out there. And hope you're hearing it well tonight. And you can join us. You can join us by tuning in to the show on Tuesday nights on our YouTube channel. It's just www.youtube.com/W5KUB. It's 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday night on YouTube, and would love to have you there. I want to talk a little about this little meter I got here, and I'm gonna see if I can't show it. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can bring a camera in right here. Well, let's see if this will work. That might work. All right, so I ordered a little mini pin multimeter. Look at that. Multimeter, it says. Mini pin multimeter. It's an A3007. Look at there. Comes in a nice box. It's got a little nice padding in here, and the tips are actually covered so you don't stick yourself, and one side the pin goes in, the other side the minus cable goes on it. I'm sure it's made in China. Well, I'm pretty sure it's made in China. Made in China. So there are no instructions, 0 instructions. And have you ever noticed when you do get instructions, they're on a little booklet about the size of a postage stamp, and even with a magnifying glass, I have trouble reading them. But it's kind of a neat little meter, I thought. It does voltage. It does voltage. It measures resistance. It's supposed to measure capacitance. It measures frequency counter. Continuity, diode tester, the works. So basically it is a pocket. You got see a little clip right here for your pocket. So it's a little pocket pin meter, and then this is one of your terminals on the end, and then the other terminal you've got a wire here that is as big as the whole pocket pin. So this goes in there. All right.
That's pretty slick for $12.
All right, now let me show you what this thing does. I'm gonna try. Let's do some measurements with it real quick, and then we're gonna compare it with a flute. First of all, let's measure. All right, look, here's a resistor. Yellow, orange, orange. That's 43,000 ohms. And the goal means it's 5%. 43,000 ohms, the goal is 5%. So 5% of 43,000 will be about 2,150 ohms. Let's measure the resistance and see what it says it is. So we're going to turn this meter on. And everything is auto. It's auto ranging. You see the word auto there. You can touch voltage. You can touch resistance. It won't blow it up. You don't have to put it. It's auto ranging, so you don't have to put it on the right range. So let's just test this 43,000 ohm resistor. So here we go. It is reading 46.63K. That's 46,620 ohms. Now, we know 5% of 43,000 is 2150. So that resistor seems like it's not within 5% tolerance, I don't think.
Yeah, but that's also one of the old carbon resistors, so if that thing's that old.
Well, that's true. That's true. So
Check it with your fluke.
So, okay, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm thinking, okay, this little cheap $12 meter can't be too accurate. I mean, it is what it is. It's $12, right? Now let's put the fluke on it and see what the fluke says. That was 43. What was that? That was 43.
43K.
No, it was 46. 46,630. 46,630. Okay. Let's look at it with a fluke. 46,630. So here we go. 46,630. 46,630. So here we go. Ah. 46,700. Very close to the $12 pin. Only a couple hundred ohms off. Look at that. Again, it's out of the 5% tolerance, but so hey, it did measure. It did measure pretty close to being right, didn't it? Let's do a couple other measurements real quick. I just pulled some stuff out of the junk box, and here's a couple hundred ohm resistors that are in series. Let's just look at that real quick. So again, we're on auto. So there's a 100 ohm resistor right there, and it's going to read 98.2 ohms. Not bad, and that's probably right. We got two of them in series. That should be 200 ohms. Let's just check it out here. 197, 198. I'm having trouble keeping it. Yeah, almost 198 ohms. Look at that. So it's fairly accurate. Let's measure with the fluke and see what the fluke says that was. So the fluke says the first one was 97.8, very close, and then the second one 197. So the meter is fairly accurate. Okay, now let's measure voltage with it. Now I'm not going to put it on voltage. I'm just going to leave it on auto. I'm measuring resistance with it, so I'm gonna measure some voltage with it right now and not change the mode. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to just see if we can measure some voltage here. If I can hold it on here. There we go. All right, there we go. 1.53 volts. All right, so
you should put some of that shampoo on your beard.
We're reading 1.531. 1.531 voltage. Let's see what the fluke says. 1.531. 1.531, and the fluke says, and we're going to have to, it's not auto ranging. 1.531. Here we go. 1.531. Look at there. 1.531. That's really interesting how the $12 meter is reading so close to the fluke. Now here's something else. This is kind of interesting to it. It's got a voltage sensor.
Oops.
I'm going to take this lead off the back and just, it's got a light in here. I can turn the light on. If I hold that down, it turns the light on. Where you can read it. It's hard to. Let me turn the light off. It's hard to read. All right. So we're still in auto range. Let's do this. Let's take an extension cord. Here's an extension cord. Now, I think for this mode, I do have to change to, I don't know what. Maybe you guys can tell me. I put it in EF. So EF, I don't know what that stands for. There's no book. All right, but look, here's an extension cord. I'm going to see if this extension cord is hot. I'm not going to touch the wire itself, but I'm going to go near it. Nothing. Oh. Let's see. It's turning red. All right. It's turning red, and it's telling me I got voltage there. Hey, I wonder what the other wire is. Nothing on the other side. Look, well, there's a little green flashing every now and then.
One side should be neutral, it's not going to have anything on it. The other side's going to be hot.
Yeah, there's a little bit there. It's, it's kind of showing green, but I get some kind of indication. But on the other side, it's picking it up. It's picking it up really well. And I guess you can hear it beeping. Let's see. Yeah, you can probably hear it. And if you notice, the side here is hot is actually right there at the little shortest little slot there. So that is the hot side right there. So it can detect. It can detect power in the vicinity. It can do that. Now let's see. The only thing I've not been able to do, I can't make it do, and it's supposed to read. It's supposed to read microfarad from 10 nanofarad to 60 microfarad. I can't get it to read microfarad at all. I mean, it just goes all over the place. So anyway, so there you go, guys. A $12 meter. Now, I did notice it's kind of awkward to hold and use. I did put a clip lead. I am actually makes it easier if I put a clip lead on the negative side and connect it to whatever I want to measure. But it seems like it's kind of awkward to hold, and you kind of want your hand down here around the bottom, and you're hitting these buttons. And I noticed when I was trying to read something circuit, it was kind of hard to see exactly. Read the display. The display has little indicators in it. Let's see. I guess that tell you what mode you're in. You can cycle through modes. Let me see if I can get the light on where you can see this. I can't. There. Yeah. Okay. Let me turn the light off. That's probably the best. So, if you can, okay, here's auto. You can see there's little things changing. Like there's a diode symbol. That's your diode. There's a temperature. That's 25 degrees Celsius. There's 78 degrees Fahrenheit, so it actually has a thermometer built in. But you can cycle it through different things, and little bitty nomenclatures come up on the screen, but they're so small it's really hard to read. So I don't know. I think the jury is still out on this. It's about $12, but it measured voltage and resistance about like my flute did. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? You want one?
Well, I do, but think about this. Back in the day, all we had was analog, and you're not going to get that precise with an analog meter, including the Simpson 260s.
Yeah. Well, and it runs on a single little. It runs on a single AA battery. It's inside right there.
I mean, I use those Harbor Freight ones all the time. I mean,
they're
every bit as good as my big Fluke.
Yeah, you've got to watch those Duraleak batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's. I'm going to open up the room to our Zoom viewers. Let's see if I can post that here.
This is my time to sign off, so I will
Okay.
say
Well,
good
Katie,
night.
thank
See
you for
everybody
being with us tonight.
See you next week for the big show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun next week, and then we're
Yeah,
so
glad to
close.
have you back.
Yeah, then we're so close to Huntsville.
Yeah, I'll be on vacation during Huntsville.
I said, we keep talking. If we keep talking enough about Huntsville, and Alan's on vacation, he may just decide to drive down in the company car.
Yeah, I don't know, Jersey Shore or Huntsville Hamfest. I don't know.
Company car,
It's even
company.
a debate? Oh, come on. You can go to the Jersey Shore anytime.
Yeah. All right, I just posted the Zoom link out there. Let's see if we get a few people to join us here. So basically, the formal part of the show is over, and this is going to be kind of an informal part here for about the next 45 minutes or so. Talk about anything you want to talk about. This is your chance to come on the show and show us, show and tell, ask questions, or just be with us. So come on in here. So, Alan, on vacation, are you just going to go take it easy somewhere?
Yeah, we rent a house down on the Jersey Shore for 2 weeks, and so not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after the 13th, we'll be heading out and just relaxing. It's only an hour and a half or so from where I live here, but it's just nice to get away. The house is right on the water. We're actually on Long Beach Island, which is one of the barrier islands off of the east coast of New Jersey, North America 111. If you're an IOTA hunter, so I'll be active with one of my portable QRP rigs there and an end-fed wire antenna. But the house is right on the water on the bay side, so it's kind of facing New Jersey, if you will, instead of facing the Atlantic. But there's about a mile and a half of water between the island and the mainland. But it's just a great place to be. Sunsets, right off of the front porch of the house. So, like I said, we usually do pretty good with the radio there because I've got the end-fed wire kind of right up over salt water. So it usually does pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, we got a few people who are joining. Let's see.
All right.
Have I added everybody? Let's see.
Let's see. You haven't made us moderators here, so but
I haven't.
I don't think so. Let me take a look.
Let's look
here.
at this. I thought it always had stayed. Let me look.
No, that doesn't
Tom.
look like.
KC9
Now you are.
TW here.
Yeah.
There you are.
All right. I see Jeff. I see Alan WK0Q.
Charlie, we got Charlie in here. We're going to admit Charlie.
Oh, I can admit them now too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you got it now. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me
All
make
right.
Glenn. Let's make Glenn a
Yeah,
co-host.
we got Charlie from the Uruguay. There he is. So he got his boy there with him.
All right.
All righty.
Who is that up there?
International. It's International DX Zoom.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see if I can put me on. Yeah, I'll get on that one right there.
Right.
There's Big U, Little Me. How's that?
CX7BT, this one. Oh, where's my mic?
Oh, there, your microphone's on the floor there, Charlie. Where'd it go?
Here's my mic, right?
Yeah. All right.
Hello.
There you go.
Hey. Who's
Hello.
that? Is that your son?
My son, yes, Santiago. Here.
Oh, okay.
Little mic shy.
No, but we're listening on the speakers.
Okay, there's a little mic shy there, huh?
All right. Well, let me say, ¿cómo está ustedes? No? ¿Cómo está ustedes?
we were
Nobody's talking to
look, we were building here my son.
Yeah. What are you building?
The microphone.
I think he's
disconnected
having
there,
trouble hearing us. Or
Look, I'm building the box for the Nixie clock.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Very nice.
Cool.
I like that Nixie clock. I had one in here, and then the high voltage power supply
is
blew out on me, so I got to redo it.
Yeah, wait, I have something. Yeah, but I think I have the let me see there. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Russian
Hello there. Sorry for
Dixie
that.
tubes coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had both the zoom and the let me see. Yeah, there we go. I had both the zoom and the. Can I listen? Oh, low. I don't hear anything. No.
But you're the only one talking there. But anyway, yeah, I like the
Okay.
Nixie tube clock there.
Yeah,
That's cool.
remember the Nixie tube? We designed a box for the 3D printer,
Nice.
which of course says Nixie's, and then we were wiring the buttons at the back.
Nice.
And
Very nice.
I marked the polarity there, of course, and we were building the box. So in a few minutes, we'll have the finished clock here.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Looks good.
So let's see.
I
Okay.
love the Nixie tubes. In fact, it's been a long time since I was out at Dayton, and one of the last trips at Dayton, I picked up an old HP Nixie tube counter
Oh man.
just to get the Nixie tubes.
Oh, I used to. I don't know if I like to look at those things or what, but back in the 50s, 60s, that was a pretty popular counter, I guess, with the Nixie tubes in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Oh,
got an
man.
old leader counter on the bench down there that's got Nixie tubes, and I've got a Nixie tube clock here, but the high voltage power supply went on it, so I need to go fix that.
Yeah. So, what do you?
As I told you, I bought. I've also recently bought in. Oh, what happened to the camera here? Let me see. Let me turn off the camera because there. Sorry for that. I bought on eBay a Heathkit multimeter, digital multimeter based on Nixie tubes also, just for the Nixie tubes.
Nice.
Which is really cool because it's really fast. The digits they update really fast, so it's really nice to watch to look at it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So,
Spencer in here. Hello, Spencer. Hello, John, NJ4Z.
Hello, KV5, WQW Central Texas.
All right.
Hello, Central Texas.
Another country heard from.
Yeah, another country.
It's like a whole other.
So, hey, how is it down in Texas? We've had a cool front that kind of came through the last 1 or 2 days here.
It's been pretty warm. Well, it's actually, it has been a little bit chillier.
Yeah.
I haven't been looking at the temperature necessarily, but we had some rain yesterday and stuff. But
Yeah, it's been up like in 105 or higher probably here. Although the last couple of days it got cool and it felt really nice.
We had a Chamber of Commerce day yesterday. It was mid to upper 70s, no humidity, which for New Jersey is a once a year type of a thing.
Yeah.
80 here today in Crown Point, Indiana.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think we're going to get the warm again. I'm looking at my outdoor temperature right now is 66, which is actually pretty cool.
That's nice.
Hey, let me. So who is it? That's who am I looking at? KC9. Hey, TEW. How you doing, Jeff?
Yeah,
How you
hey.
doing, Jeff?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Man, I tell you, you have a beautiful shack. I like all your plaques and certificates you've got up there.
Well, thank you very much. I took down about 9 of them to make room for that picture kind of centered up in there.
You know, Jeff. I've been a ham 58 years, and I never even got a worked all state certificate. I never went for certificates, DXCC or anything like that. I've got QSL cards, probably from
Well, yeah, I've got
thousands of
the
places, but.
Ton of QSL cards, and I like a few of the certificates to hang up to show my achievements.
Sometimes I wonder, did I just really miss out on ham radio
Ton of
by
QSL
not doing
cards,
that?
and, I like a few of the certificates to hang up to show my achievements.
Sometimes I wonder, did I just really miss out on ham radio by not doing that?
I like a few of the certificates to hang up to show my achievements.
Sometimes I wonder, did I just really miss somebody has the show's audio on. If you'll mute that, please.
To hang up to show my achievements.
Sometimes. Yeah, there we go. And I've got we got NI4Z. You popped up here. Your picture looks different than everybody else's. Well, I don't know how you did that. You popped up here. Your picture looks different than everybody else's. Well,
NJ4Z. Yeah. I'm running OBS with
okay,
Virtual Studio.
okay.
Your picture looks different than
You got
everybody
OBS
else's.
here.
Oh,
somebody has the webcast
running-
audio running. So please turn that down or mute that.
I don't know who has got it, but yeah, I could hear it in the background as well.
Yeah, OBS. We've used OBS before, and that lets you do all kinds of things there. Looks
Yeah, I
good.
live stream one of our nets every Monday night. I call the local net here at 8:30, so I use it to do that and use it to produce some YouTube video content for the club and for myself. So,
How do you like that Heil mic? Is that a PR40?
no, PR781.
Okay, I just ordered a PR40. It'll be here in a few days for my, believe it or not, just for my computer stuff. It's a little crazy.
Well, here's a PR40 right here,
Yeah, it's the same one I got, the Chrome one.
and I'm not using it right now. I'm not using it. Let me show you why I'm not using it for the webcast. Let me show you. Let me turn off my lapel mic and I'll show you here. All right. First of all, okay. I guess you can hear me, right? Yeah. All right. So I'm on the PR40. I'm on the PR40. Everything's sounding really good, right? All right. But if I look over here and I look at this PC over here, you're probably not hearing me anymore.
Very directional.
If I turn over here.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I like about it.
I've got to talk right into it. So because of that, I use this lapel mic. That way I can go anywhere and audio stays about the same. But hey, it's a nice mic.
Well, I splurged.
Yeah.
And I had to buy a gain amplifier for it, which I'm running on the present mic I have right now, which is a real cheapy one. But I'm looking forward to the PR40 because it will look really cool in my shack.
Oh yeah.
You won't be disappointed with it either. It's a great mic.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Anything Heil makes is good.
Yep, I got PSE 3s on my headset that I'm wearing now, and I run 6s and 7s when I'm contesting. So
I'm not real familiar with this mic, but if you guys saw it earlier, I talked about this Deco mic that Bob has, this spin mic. I don't know if anybody's ever used one of these, but I'm sure it sounds just as good.
Oh, absolutely. That's just a cool looking mic to set on a mic stand on your desk for your radios.
Oh yeah.
I run Heil for my my ICOM rigs, and then I use the Yaesu MD1 for my FT2000D. And that microphone's got the oscilloscope in it. I really went nuts when I bought that one.
Oh wow.
It is good.
I guess I'm stuck in the past. I'm running a modified D104 on my HF rig. So.
Oh man. Well,
I just picked up a bunch of mics from a state sale, so I've got to go through them. There's some old Sures in there, and there's a couple of really old Heils in there, first gen Heils. So I got a buddy who's going to test them out for me, make sure they're all good.
Nice. Yeah, let's see. I changed my background. You can see I got the D104 over my shoulder there, and then the old Turner Plus 2. So the D104 is on the 870, and then the Plus 2 is on the 830.
now that Turner Plus 2, it's got a preamp in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and the D104 does now too.
Yeah.
But the one in the D104 is my own design, and I got a little bit of equalization in there, so it doesn't sound like a D104 anymore.
Doug J says the fin lights up. I didn't know it lit up.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
Oh, that's cool.
Blue and red. I think they have two versions.
That's cool. I might have to hook it up and play with it.
You got to pre-test it to make sure it's a good gift.
Yeah. Man, hey, your shack looks so nice here with that blue background.
Well, thanks, Tom.
Man, it looks really good.
Just sent Katie a bunch of new pictures because it has changed since this picture.
Mm-hmm.
I should update that and change it so it's the current. I splurged again and I bought an LP700 station monitor. Oh, I love that thing.
Yeah, no
And
kidding,
a
right?
couple other new changes.
Yeah. Well, anybody here going with us to Huntsville? Anybody here on Zoom going?
God, I wish.
Now, where are you located?
I'm in Crown Point, Indiana.
Oh, it's not that far.
Well,
You know, you could.
I know, but other commitments, and my
Yeah.
wife doesn't really want to go, so
Well, yeah,
you know how that goes.
yeah. Understand. Well, just slip out when she's not looking. Just
No,
yeah, you can't do that.
Won't be allowed back in.
that's probably
Change
right.
the locks.
And I don't want to make that chance. I got a good wife, a good home, and good family. I just want to keep it that way.
Yep.
Do that. Find all of your equipment on Craigslist.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't want to do that.
Quarter
That's
what you
for
paid
sure.
for it.
Yeah.
No.
Tough
as you are.
Yeah,
Oh,
she'd probably sell it like he said. She'd probably sell it for what you told her you paid for it.
Yeah, oh boy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I wish I was going to Huntsville, but nah, it's not in the cards. I got too much going on. We're gearing up for our Hamfest October 2nd for the local club here. So it's just a half day or a 3/4 day Hamfest. It's not a very big one. We get 300 to 400 people.
Yeah.
But,
Now,
you know,
Have you
September's
have you been going to HamCom any?
Hamcom?
Isn't that the one out of I don't know, Plano or Dallas,
Talking about
or
the Plano Hamfest.
was that the Plano Hamfest? You know, they've decided to not have it anymore. That was always advertised as a nice Hamfest.
Yeah, I heard it was really nice, but I'd never been. I'm
Yeah.
fairly new to ham radio. I've only been in it for 5 years now. So
Okay.
I've made it to Dayton. I've made it to Hamcation in Florida. Been to Shelby a few times, and some local Hamfest, but that's it.
Well, you got to really want and be dedicated to go to some of these Hamfests because they can get very expensive with the cost of hotels and so forth. You know, you could easily buy you a nice big amplifier for what money you would dish out just going to one of the Hamfests like Dayton.
Plus what you spend.
It could
Yeah.
be expensive when you come back home bringing the stuff in the house and trying to explain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's
yeah.
why you come home late at night.
The key is you come home late and you walk in the house backwards, because that way if you get caught, you just stop and
That's right.
turn around, go back out, just pretend you're carrying it out.
That's
of the
right.
house.
Pretend you're carrying it out.
I got to remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh, next year's going to be the traveling Hamfest. I bought an RV back in December, so we're towing the camper to Dayton and to Hamcation next year.
Nice.
And we might do Huntsville next year as well. So we'll see. I want to do a couple of the big ones here in the
You
States.
got to do Huntsville. Huntsville
Yeah.
is just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in the cards this year, but we can do it next year maybe. If
Well,
I
we
get off
were, our last one was Orlando, and we were down there right when the COVID hit. In fact, we left the Hamfest and went on a cruise, and we came back in dock. Everybody was sick.
Oh, boy.
We're lucky. We're lucky. We got back in the country, I guess. You know.
That was funny because that was my first Hamfest after the surgery,
Yep.
and ran into Tom in the line at the airport to get on the plane. We were on the same flight going down.
Yeah, and we had some fun times there. Our luggage didn't quite make it. Our luggage went with all what was it? It was a cheerleader squad, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, the cheerleader competition.
The cheerleader competition was going down there with about 8,000 cheerleaders on our airplane, and they were at a different hotel, and they took all the luggage to the cheerleaders.
Yeah, we had to wait for like 2 hours, 3 hours for our luggage.
Oh, man.
That's too bad you didn't get their luggage. That way you could have gone to the
Yeah.
Hamfest in a short skirt and a
Yeah,
tight
you
sweater.
do not want to see me do that, okay?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. No. Even I have nightmares. But no, that was a fun Hamfest. I hadn't been to that Hamfest probably in about 35 years. And that was fun.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I think I like it a little better than Dayton. Of course, I didn't get to go when it was the O'Hare Arena, so I heard
the
pretty good
O'Hare
time down there.
Arena, and let's see, I had gone to Dayton. I think it was our 38th straight year, and we really loved the Hera Arena. But everybody was complaining about it. You know, the ceiling tiles are falling in, and the sewers are exploding and backing up, and it was just terrible, you know, all the time. But I always enjoyed going to Hera. What about you, Glenn? What did you think about Hera?
Well, 2011, when I wrote my first book, was actually the first time I'd ever been to Dayton.
Oh, really?
And Hera's one of those, you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
It was different to me. You know, I'd always heard about it. It was the mecca of Hamfests.
Yeah.
And my hardest problem was learning how to get around in that place.
Yeah. You know, same thing here. We for 25 years, we always had an outside flea market space, and then they moved us in and we started webcasting from inside. But when we were outside, I didn't get inside that much. And it was like a maze, like you're talking about. Yeah, how do you know where you're going in here? You know, you're going down halls and different doors and different rooms, and it was like a nightmare to even try to visualize where somebody might be. But you know, after we moved inside and we walked around a couple times, it was pretty simple, actually.
And then you learn that the areas are color coded with the drapes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until my second trip.
Now, had the sewer outside exploded after you got there, or was that before?
No, I missed that year.
You missed it?
Yeah, I missed that one.
Well, that was cool. That was cool. The sewers used to always back up, and the sewer pipe ran outside under the flea market, and the sewer pipe actually blew up in the flea market space, and it made some people mad because they had to move, and they put the hazardous tape around the spot there because their booths were not what do you say? They weren't inhabitable for a while.
But no, I liked Hera mainly for the nostalgia and the history that it had.
Yeah.
But personally, I really like the Xenia Fairgrounds. I just we stay at a bed and breakfast there in downtown Xenia, and it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to one of the bus pickup points.
Yeah.
And so we generally, stay at the bed and breakfast there and just take a 2-minute drive over to one of the bus pickup points and ride the bus over and back. So I like the Xenia. What is it? The Greene County Fairgrounds.
Greene County, yep.
I love that. Now, Orlando, this was my first time in Orlando since they moved it to the fairgrounds. I mean, last time I went was like 1977, 79, thereabouts. And it was probably a different group putting it on. But Orlando impressed the heck out of me. I loved it. Of course, Huntsville, I've been going to Huntsville since like 1984. And the Von Braun Center, you just can't beat it on a hot summer day, sitting inside that air conditioning, staying at the Embassy Suite, so you just have to walk across that little bridge into the show hall there. How much better can it get?
There was always something fun going on at Hera. One year, you didn't go that many years, so you probably didn't notice this, but they used to put the little Johnny on the spots, the outhouses, inside the fence. They used to be inside the fence, and then lately, the last few years, if you had to go to the John, you had to go outside the fence, and you better hold on your ticket or you don't get back in, because they had some mean guards at those gates. But they moved them out. But I think the reason they moved them out, right there at the back door of Hera, they used to have a big hot dog stand and food vendors right there.
Yeah.
And they had a Johnny on the spot next to it that turned over, right there by the hot dog stand.
No, I'll pass.
So I think the next year, that's when they started moving them out back, outside.
Well, I got to say, the food at the Greene County Fairgrounds is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it was definitely better.
The food was, not the best in the world, but the fairgrounds, it is just, there's too much of a choice, if anything.
Well, anytime you get the Russo sausage, it's always good.
Yeah, somebody raised their hand a minute ago. You don't have, I forget who that was. You don't have to raise your hand. Just jump in here. Who was it?
Yeah. I just want to say that our Ham Expo is October 2nd. We get to go to it again. They canceled all of them last year, so in Belton, Texas, Belton Hamfest, October 2nd, and that's usually a good one. We'll see how good it is after we come back from being gone for a while.
That's our date too. Is October 2nd here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So
Okay.
good luck with yours.
Wow.
Yeah.
We missed for the first time in 68 years. This will be our 69th. Last year would have been the 69th, but that was the first time we had to cancel.
I have got a whole bedroom full of equipment to sell, and I've got no Hamfest to go that I can get to because Huntsville, I don't have time to sit at a table. I'm too busy shopping. So
Bring it to Rock Hill. We'll find a place
I'm
for
going to
you.
have to make me some Hamfest trips.
Where are you located at, Glenn?
I'm in Memphis, Tennessee.
It's just a short drive across Tennessee and a little bit of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yes. About 10 hours.
Yeah. Oh, I drove to Dalton,
Georgia?
but 2 years ago, I guess. It was the January before 2019, just before COVID hit. Went to the Dalton Hamfest and did an Arduino presentation out there. One of our local club members is retired in that area.
Cool. Yeah, Shelby will be Labor Day weekend. That's Shelby, North Carolina. That's probably the biggest North Carolina Hamfest. Raleigh's catching them pretty quickly, but Shelby's been around, 64, 65 years?
Yeah.
And theirs is always that Labor Day weekend. It's the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we'll go to that one, but that one's close enough. It's about 45-minute drive from here. So we're just outside of Charlotte, so it's not a one I'm going to pull the camper up for.
Yeah. No, I plan to now. I had to change jobs again, or I am changing jobs again, so I have to start time off over again. So it'll be a little while before I can have some long weekends.
I'm gonna have to jump out of here, everyone. I got a text from the XYL that the dog is sitting by the back door with her legs crossed, so I need to go walk her.
All right.
Take
All
care,
right,
Alan.
Thanks, man. We'll see you. See you next week.
Bye, Alan.
See you next week.
See you, Alan.
Bye.
Yeah, I know I just started there, but I got made an offer I couldn't refuse to come back to the company that I used to be with.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not the same job. I'm with a different customer, but it's the same contracting agency that I was with for 18 years.
Cool.
So, how could I turn that down?
Only you know what's best for you,
Well, when they brought another wheelbarrow of money up and said, "Will you come back, please?"
More ham gear.
Yeah.
More ham gear.
Well, folks, I'm gonna say 73 and good evening. I got to get up at 5:15 in the morning here, and it's almost 11. So.
Oh man, I'm not far behind you. I get up at 5, but that's Central Time.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
Good to see everybody this evening. 7 for y'all.
We'll see you. Good night.
7-3, Charlie.
All right.
No, we're dropping like flies.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Fast.
But, there's such a shortage of electronic talent out there, network talent, that these people are fighting over good applicants.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to find anybody for any kind of job right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just unbelievable.
Hey, Tom, I got to bow out. I'll talk to you next time. 7-3's for sure.
All right, Jeff. 73. See you later.
Okay.
I used to at Dayton. I used to like. I never was much for the inside stuff, the vendors, the new vendors. I always liked looking at the old stuff. And find some old piece of junk that had a nice gold, silver-plated tank coil in it, or some capacitors or something that I could rip out And I always look for junk like that because I was a home brewer, and I mean, you can get some expensive parts out there for nothing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I had to see everything. I had to go by every flea market table and everything because, like you said, you never know what you're going to find. And there's only one table with that one particular item on it. And, you know.
You don't need until you see it sometimes.
And you know what? And next year it'll be on somebody else's table. And then next year the next. I mean, that stuff just keeps getting recycled out there. Man.
But,
let's see.
I mean, I'd go up there with a shopping list and I'd come back home with 10 times what was on the list.
Yeah, I'm looking for a picture. Y'all go ahead and talk here. I was going to find a date and picture here.
Who's left?
Yeah, who is left?
Yeah.
Oh, we got Charlie and Spencer and Glenn and me.
And Teresa and Alan.
Oh, they still, okay, I didn't scroll down enough to
Yeah.
see
Teresa's
that.
just being quiet, though. I think she's using us as a sleeping aid.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's just been a very, very long day.
Oh, tell me about it. I was up at 2 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, I'll find you on Facebook and fill you in later.
No, we had a big network change this morning, so I actually had to wake up at 2 and be there at 4.
Yeah.
Well, that's...
Well, I can't find a picture. I had a picture of 50 years. We were out in the flea market freezing to death, man. And,
I remember the year, I think it was it 2018 or something like that? It was cold. It was sleeting out there one day.
Yeah. So here's what a ham station looks like back in about 1964, right there. Let me see if I can.
All of my pictures of my ham station are on slides in my dad's basement somewhere.
Yeah. You know, I don't have many pictures either. We didn't take that many pictures.
No.
It's too handy nowadays.
Yeah, it is. And we have so many pictures now, I'm afraid we're going to lose them all. They're all on a hard drive somewhere or, you know. And we've got so many. How do you even know what you've got when you start wanting to look for something?
Sometimes I'll be looking for one on my phone and I keep looking. I know it's here somewhere. I keep looking, and it takes a long time to find it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I get distracted, and then I have to show off the cat pictures, and you know how that is, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's, oh, look, here's the new book cover.
Yeah, but they're cat pictures. Who can resist cat pictures?
Oh, well, see, especially when you show them, because you always have to have the glamour shots. You know, so these two have the, you know, I never get pictures of myself, but, you know, pay $100 a session for these guys to have their show shots. But, yeah, so that's all part of it. Every time I show off Godzilla, though, people are like, that cat's bigger than you. But they vanished somewhere.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer.
Yeah, I think Shetland told me
the question. It will leave his mind.
Anyway.
Here's the answer code.
No, I mean, like I say, for me, Hera, you know, you had the 4 days in May there with the QRP Archie Club doing
You're the
their
man.
4 days of seminars.
I've been
and
looking
stuff,
for this for
and that
weeks.
was always fun. Because I think generally those were like, what was it, Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday we did the Hamfest. So that was all, you know, turned it whole into a 4-day affair, and that was a lot of fun because now when I go up, it's only like, what, the 2 or 3 days, and it seems like it's over before it starts. It just goes by way too fast.
All right, If you're listening out there on shortwave, WBCQ, send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. Tell us where you are. You're listening to Amateur Radio Roundtable, a show about ham radio. All right, we got just a few more minutes here before sign off. We're going to be at the new Hamfest, the East Tennessee Hamfest, September 25th.
I want to go to that one, but I can't.
September 25th.
Yeah.
That'll be over in Sevierville, near what's over there? Sevierville
Pigeon
and
Forge.
Valley, Forge, Pigeon Forge area. Yeah.
It's Tentec.
Yeah. They've got us. We're going to do a presentation over there, and if the weather's good, we're going to launch a balloon for them. They wanted to launch a balloon, so we're going to put one in the air and see if we can keep it in the air for a while.
That's a beautiful part of Tennessee, though.
Yeah, I think you got Dollywood over there too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Gatlinburg just.
And our home is not too far, about 2 hours from there, over in the mountains there in North Carolina, western North Carolina. So when we finish up at the Hamfest on that Saturday, we're just going to jump in the car and head on over to North Carolina, probably for about the week.
Looks like Charlie's got his Nixie tubes fired up.
Does he?
Yeah, exactly. It's in the box now.
Oh, look at there. Yeah.
There you go. Let me see if I can focus them better. Gee, this.
Very cool. I love Nixies.
Yeah, I do too. You notice how that 2 looked like a 5 upside down?
Yeah, I hate that in these tubes. I don't know why they use the 2 as a 5.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it's.
Well, yeah.
It's for the price, maybe.
I don't know.
These are. I don't know.
It still looks good. You did good. You did real good.
Really good. Really good. And I have the screen here. Yeah, on the computer. Yes, that I was listening about the problem everybody has with the digital photos in the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And what I find really, really useful is finding them by place, by the geolocalization the photo has. So I say, well, what about the images, pictures I took, let's say, in that trip, and I go to the place and the pictures come up, right? So
that's one way to do it. You know, my wife says, you got too many pictures. You need to put them in folders. Well, I've got like 8 million pictures, and they're all something different. So I need 8 million folders. Now, that's not going to help me a whole lot, but...
No, it's a big problem. It's a big problem because old pictures, non-digital pictures, you don't look at them because they are in stored somewhere in a drawer, right? But digital pictures, you never look at them because there are too many in some place.
Yep. Exactly.
So it's always a problem. I've known it wasn't professional, but she studied photography with a professional guy. She went to study to Sao Paulo, to Brazil, and made a course there of photography. And when she came back, she was taking some pictures, and I saw her when she took the memory card from the camera and she put it in the computer. The first thing she do was to delete all the pictures that she didn't like, and she stayed with, like, say, 20 images instead of 200, just 20. So she said, because the other 200 are making noise on the on the
that's true.
You never find the picture.
When I'm putting together a book, that's generally what I'll do, because I'll take dozens of pictures and I'll only get 1 or 2 that I like, and I'll just delete the others.
it's the only way, or have a clever software I mean, it came with a computer, but the photo software that came with the Mac that sorts out by place or by date automatically, and by also by face, by people, so you can have these like moments when it automatically selects with the same people, but it's always difficult to find the photo you want. But I don't know.
All right.
Now, on my couple of terabyte hard drive that I've got a bunch of my photos on, I've got all my photos saved by year, and then by month, then by location. So if I want to find my pictures that I took at Lake Mineral Wells State Park, I just do a search on the deal for LMWSP, and it pulls up all the different folders that were from Lake Mineral Wells State Park, and I can go through those and go, oh, there's my picture of the two deer that are snuggling here.
I generally do mine by subject, and I can generally find what I need, and then subfolders under there.
I will post some pictures on Facebook, and then later I'll want to use those pictures again. I can't find them, so I'll go to Facebook and I'll download the pictures again.
Yeah, so now you got two copies.
Now I got two copies of them. Yeah.
And then you'll do it again and again. It's kind of like, multiplying rats.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I want to thank everybody for listening tonight. You're listening to Amateur Radio Roundtable, a show about ham radio. And the last half here, we've just been talking about different things. And we invite you to join us again next week. If you're listening on shortwave, you can tune in on 7490 on Thursdays between 4 and 6 p.m. Thursdays on 7490 and hear this show. Or if you've got internet, you can join us on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Just go to youtube.com/W5KUB. So we'll say good night to everybody out there, and thank you. Send us an email if you're listening. Send that email to tom@w5kub.com, and we'll see you next week.
Night. Some say everybody.
Night.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's about the end of the show here. I'm getting hungry, and I think I'm going to get me some popcorn or something.
Well, Tom, do me a favor and tell Kathy I said hello.
Okay, I'll do that. We'll sure do it. Good to see you on here. I like that picture in the background.
Thank you. That's one of mine.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Is that a poodle or what was that back there?
It's clouds.
Looks like a poodle. It looks like two poodles.
Yeah. But the dang cats and dogs.
Yeah.
And the only thing I noticed was the water.
Yeah. All right.
That was at the Houston Yacht Basin a couple years ago.
All right. Good night, folks. We're going to turn everything off. 73 to everybody.
Okay.
We'll see you.
Good night.
Good night.
See you.
Oh.